So as we begin to mark the 10th year of operation of S-DELI, Save the Deaf and Endangered Languages Initiative, it is our pleasure to cast back our memories to tell our stories. We're so glad how much we've, achieved. Time will fail me to mention the names of so many people that have contributed to where we are today. But I wouldn't really forget people that have significantly become team leaders in this intervention. People like Onyeka Onomara. So people like Onyi Wandikom, people like Success on Hebulem, I call husband.
Growing up in a country where there is so much stratification between the rich and the poor, the haves and the have-nots, the peasants, the PWDs, a place where we lack social inclusion, mainstreaming, where we lack economic stability and political intelligence, there's a need to look out for each other. There's a need to show care and love towards each other. There's a need to attempt to change the narrative. There's a need to attempt to live an extraordinary life and step up your game. My name is Wandi Fumanimichi. I am a pioneer member of S-DELI, Save the Deaf and Endangered Languages Initiative. I served as the head of Project National Nigeria. I also served as executive assistant to the president, Dr. Masoni. And today I'm here to put you through my journey in S-DELI.
Hello everyone, I'm Ohebulem Success. I studied economics at Imo State University, Owerri. About S-DELI. On the 1st of October 2014, I remember vividly how Dr. Masoni walked in during the Independence Day celebration of JCCF at New ETF, seeking for volunteers for Niger Deaf Got Talent show he was organizing.
Okay, I don't know where to start. It's been a while. I've been trying to do this for days and weeks and months, but I said, let me just put this together. I really can't believe that S-DELI is already 10. That what was started far back years ago is already 10. It looked like yesterday, but I give all glory and praise to God. It's been 10 years, a decade of dedication, of hope, of changing lives for the better. It feels like just yesterday when Dr. Ima Asuni and I we reunited till end of 2013 when I was ending my internship in a Federal Medical Center, Owerri. And somehow the following year he started up the Great Mind Forum and picked a few of us to rub minds together in the city of Owerri to see how we can put our skills and talents together and groom ourselves, develop ourselves, not anybody developing you, but developing ourselves and all the rest. And that was enmeshed with S-DELI activities in providing advocacy, service delivery for the deaf community in Nigeria, starting with our home base, which was Imo State. I was part of putting up some outreaches together, most of which we did in the southeast and also some in the north central. One of our outreaches in Ofekata Orodo, that was awesome. We reached out to a lot of young deaf children who are still in school, who hardly get any service from either government or non-governmental agencies.
It's my pleasure to share this video with you. My name is Joseph Uchenna Ibe. I am a volunteer with the Save the Deaf and Endangered Languages Initiative, S-DELI, and I have also been supporting other projects including the Indigenous Hands and Voices and Omenka app. It's a pleasure to be able to support the work of Dr. Masoni, who I happen to have been working with for over 10 years. I started with the team when Dr. Ma gathered graduate and undergraduate students at Imo State University to start a professional young career forum called the Great Minds Forum. And with that forum, we were able to bring our professional experiences together to support causes that we're passionate about. And with that, I was able to bring my IT web development experience to support S-DELI with social media presence, managing content on the website and managing the website. And over the last 10 years, I've seen the amount of work other volunteers like me have put into this project, and have expanded this project to now include spoken languages, to include indigenous languages, to include cultural aspects of the project as well. And I'm proud of the team. I'm proud of the volunteers across the world who support indigenous hands and voices, who support S-DELI, who support Omenka app. It's a pleasure seeing all the work that you all do, and it's been a pleasure working with Dr. Sonye. All the best, everyone.
But we're able to reach them and touch their lives. And we thought of escalating or scaling up the services we are providing to other states. And our next point of call was Abuja. We took some time to put that together, and we finally did a very huge program in the city of Abuja in the following year. And in that same city and program, I met a very good friend, and today she's my wife.
So Onyeka found Nkiru in Abuja.
The events that unfolded from then on moved from thrilling to shocking. From the talent show to the formation of Great Minds Forum at First Love Assembly, Owerri, to Orodo Medical Outreach, to Kaduna Indigenous Language Documentation at Kaduna.
So I am grateful to S-DELI. I'm grateful for the opportunity that it provided me to hone my skills, to groom myself, and so many others. Chibike Alaboso, Samson, Chiamaka, I can't name a lot. They are all big people today in big spaces doing very well for themselves. S-DELI was our starting point, and we give all glory to God. I want to really thank Dr. Ima Asuni and the wife for holding the fort over the years, for staying committed and dogged to ensuring that this dream does not die, even when most of us are now in diaspora and all that. But he still held on the flame, and he's still burning. So I want to say thank you to him, and happy 10th year anniversary to S-DELI. We'll keep growing from grace to grace. We'll keep hitting more heights and breaking more ceilings. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you.
I met Dr. Ima Sonye during my undergraduate days in 2014, when he was calling out for volunteers to serve in the deaf community to help ameliorate the situation of the deaf people in Owerri, Nigeria. And while he was talking, he was sharing his experience, his very little experience in deaf community so far, his findings, and I pitched into it. I just pitched a passion towards it, and I volunteered to serve. And moving forward, he met me one day and said, "What drives you every morning when you wake up and come out? What's this driving factor, or this feeling of satisfaction within you? What do you look forward to every day when you wake up?" I don't think I had a right answer to that, but for some reason I just said, before that I'm going to meet people and learn something new. He said, "Well, that's nice." But for him, it's the fact that he works every day trying to put a smile on people's faces. That touched me so much. And I was like, wow, I would like to work with this person. Amongst other volunteers, that showed interest towards the work. We all came out and we met somewhere. And not everybody came in, because it's one thing to show interest and it's another to act on the interest, right? So we all came out and we formed a meeting. We formed a forum called the Great Minds Forum, where I met like minds, where I met great thinkers, met people who are ready to move a situation, who are ready to create a change in their environment. And it was really interesting getting to rub minds with them and all that. That was where we started the Great Minds Forum. And that was where we kick-started the volunteer work for S-DELI Stability and Native Initiative. Since then, the journey has been very interesting. It's been very engaging. It's been somewhat an experience, and I've been glad to go through it. The first project we had was we tried to execute, or we did execute, in Niger Deaf Got Talent show. That's the very first Deaf Got Talent show we had in Nigeria entirely, where that we had deaf students coming from different schools coming to showcase their talents. There you could see deaf students who were dancing to the rhythm of the song. And people were like, can these people hear the song? Can they hear the beating? Can they hear the rhythm? And we said no. But because we had to take them through a series of rehearsals and practice, they were able to come out there and display. And it was way too interesting to watch. We all watched with our mouths agape, staring consistently at them. It was interesting. We now found that, man, these people are just like us. The fact that they are deaf doesn't mean they are so disabled. They're just in a way differently able. I would like to always use that phrase.
The challenges I would say I've encountered in S-DELI, ranging from getting funds, like fundraising, and the days we would move from one government office to the other seeking for permission for our intervention in different deaf.
So from the third constellation, we started going to schools, trying to help the situation of the schools. We realized that most students in school, and most deaf schools, were actually boarding. They actually had their boarding facilities. So we realized that most of them had lacked light power supply in the schools. We realized that most of them started having, because of their no adequate power supply there, needed light to learn. And they also, some of them also had issues with their sight. We also introduced free medical teachers for them, basically getting classes for them, giving them medication for their eyesight and all that. We did this severally. We went down in schools, to schools in Nigeria, in fact, Abuja, different states in Nigeria, just to mention a few.
These challenges have helped me to build the tenacity and the fortitude to follow through a good cause. It has helped me not to give up easily, to see the good.
We continued. We even had to execute projects like skill acquisition programs for deaf children, deaf students. We introduced the ICT for deaf children. Deaf children can come and learn tech. It was interesting, and we realized that these children they are as gifted as their hearing counterparts. Nothing different from them, So it was quite interesting, having to build up passion towards helping the children, the students, and even the adult deaf community at large. We sought out for collaboration with the Nigerian deaf associations. We have different states, and we kept on having sensitization programs for them. We even went as far as carrying out campaign programs for the parents of the deaf children, because we realized that most children were very, would I say, unhappy. You get unhappy whenever you say, okay, school is over, you need to get home. Now, this is because we realize that most children, when they get to their houses, they find it very difficult to communicate with their parents and their siblings because they don't understand their language. They would rather be found around places where people understand their languages are. So we decided to come with this narrative. I can say I'm a proud member of S-DELI. I would love to do more years with S-DELI. I'm still there, and I don't intend to leave anytime soon. Okay, my next one I would like to work with S-DELI. I would also want to say, S-DELI, thank you for the experience, thank you for the exposure, thank you for the level you helped me get to. Thank you for making me feel extraordinary, because this thing made me feel quite extraordinary. And thank you. I'm so proud once again to be a member of S-DELI. Thank you so much. The Parents Must Sign campaign, like Parents of the Deaf Must Sign campaign, where we have to teach the parents how to use basic sign language so they can be able to communicate with their children, and so that they can feel at home with them. We set up an academy for that, and carried out several other campaigns about trying to build up inclusion for the deaf community with the government and other parastatals and other organizations too. I must say, just to say it too, it's been very mind-blowing. And lest I forget, we also had the BBS, we call that Beauty Beyond Speech, where we had we had to bring together young deaf girls to tell their story, and to live about their story, to own the stories and live about it, and do things, that would, please them in society, in a very great pedestal in the society. We did this and many more. So it was quite interesting watching these people, trying to make them feel at home, and make them feel like, yes, you're just like every other person out there. You just need to put in your best and do your best, and you can, regardless of your status, you can realize or achieve whatever you want to achieve. That was my interesting journey with S-DELI. Then it all happened between 2014 and up to now. Before we went into the documentation of indigenous Nigerian Sign Language, that was a phase in our decision that brought us really out, and we started going international with it. Having to document the indigenous languages of the deaf community in different countries, and not just using the widely accepted one. Because we realized that most of the languages were going into extinction, and we said, oh, this language was really the deaf people were communicating before the introduction of the American Sign Language, right? So how about we just find out what languages we're looking out for? That also brought us into the early intervention programs. Here we said, if a deaf child has been confirmed deaf at birth, he or she should be introduced to language, because we find out that language is the bedrock to the development of any child. Introduction to language builds up the cognitive, it builds up, helps in the cognitive development of a child. So we had to meet up with the early intervention programs when a child is being diagnosed and found out that he is deaf. Instead of parents going to churches and seeking out for miracles to get their children off deafness, we just have to introduce early language learning to this child, so that even if as little as gestures, so that they can learn, and develop cognitively. Because that was a beautiful experience.
I would say in the near future, I've seen S-DELI move from great to S-DELI to I would just say that S-DELI is not your normal regular kind of organization. We are not here to be feast in a box. We have a lot of programs ongoing and a lot of things that we will embark on, that will bring a positive change that will affect the whole world.